In this video, I'm going to talk about how to paint the water reflection. Today's paper, I'm using still the medium watercolor paper. Look at the video description. You can see the link and the code for 10% discount. Since I started drawing at the age of 4, people have been my favorite subject. Creating a community dedicated to portrait and figure drawing and painting has always been a dream of mine. Join me in this new community dedicated to portrait and figure art at patreon.com/drawpeople. Let's create more beautiful drawing and painting of people. Let's take a look at the composition. I'm going to have the boat a little bit over here. Okay, every step is very important in the process. Make sure you dedicate enough time in this process. I'm just going to take a little bit tiny blue color. The back over here, the boat, it will be here, like that. And also make sure I have enough room over here for the reflection. That's the first decision. I'm going to have this, looking at that, just the shape coming up like this. And let's take a look, get a little bit blue color. It's very much a little bit gray color like that. So let's see. Now the front of the boat, it will be here, like that. And take a look at the top of the boat, right about here, all the way like this kind of angle, right? So all the way coming here. Here we go. Now is the end of the boat, like that. Let's just get, that's very important. They're getting the shape correctly. Okay, and take a look at where's the middle. The middle point of the boat is start from here. That coming all the way under this side. And this is almost like a half off from here to the end. Okay, this is good. And continue. This is a little bit blue color. And coming here. Everything, look for it, measure it, determine. Okay, this is good. So this would be all the way up in here. That is a little stick coming up about this high. Okay, that's good. That's good. Right here. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm gonna have this down, coming through here. And this is also have seen the top over here. I think that people can sleep under here. And coming this way. This is pretty good. All right. We have some very good in progress. I'm going to have it right here. Look before you paint. Right, like this. This is good. After we have those, we'll be able to focus on more of the reflection versus the focus of this video's learning. And this is good. And I'm going to have this coming up a little bit. And here you go, have a stick over. And coming this is good. Coming all the way. And this is wonderful. Let's take a look at the shape. I'll make it a little bit more clear. Coming up over here. And coming up over here. Okay, now let's take a look at the big shape, and when we're going to use the something very light. We can come back to do a little bit more, paint that a little bit darker later. So I'm going to have a little bit light. This consider just drawing, right? Putting the base color. I'm going to have this all the way to where? Decide that on that right over here. This is good. So you can put a little mark over here. So here we go. That's all the way here. This is good. And I'm going to have this up. That's good. And then coming over here, up a bit. And coming over. That's good. Now, coming all the way here as almost the same vertical as the back of the boat. Like that. Don't be afraid of it. There's some darker color underneath. Okay, here we go. Now I'm going to have this. There's a little bit blue color shape, but any color will be fine. We can change the color a little bit later. Okay, have some vertical line coming down over here. Okay, have a little bit. Let's take a look at. There's a stick over here, and coming down this way. I'm gonna have this a little bit more over here like that. This is good. Let's a little bit closer. This is good right here. Okay, there's another stick all the way to the end. Like that. That's good. And there's another coming from here all the way to the back over here. That's good. Now, the shape of the boat is already there. This is good. And now we're going to prepare that. And what is the reflection? I'm going to have this. This is the surface of the water. So the reflection start over here. So the main part of the reflection that would be vertical from the boat, right? Over here, like that, all the way to the back over here, making sure that it's also vertical right here, like that. And then those small shape, we're going to talk about how we're going to determine how the shape moving. And there's some light shape, which is the color of the water. The water over here reflected the sky color, right? And the darker color is just the surface of the water actually is about facing to the boat. So this is why it's darker. But the colors in the water are always a little bit more gray than the color of the boat, of the actual object. Okay. All right, this is good. And let's set a little color to the water over here. The top over here, I'm going to keep it just lighter. And let's take a look. And I'm going to just have a little bit gray color. So I'm going to take any blue color you want, blue, red, and yellow, and it would make a little gray color. So take a little yellow color here first. Take a little red just from the other side. Okay, this is good. Now you can see that. This is a little bit too warm. That will be fine. Take a little bit more blue. A little bit tiny more blue. That's perfect. This will be the color we need for the water. So I'm going to take a little bit, a whole lot of, water. I'm just going to paint it right from probably here, like that. Now, paint it right outside. And I'm going to take a little bit tiny more blue. Here we go, like that. I can paint over the shadow side of the boat. That's just fine, like that. Now, I'm going to just take a little bit more and coming down here. That's good. That's just the base color. And the top over there, I'm just going to have just the water. I'm going to extend it like that and have this up a little bit. Just take a little bit lighter color that, like that, and that's good. Okay, but on top of that, I'm going to keep it just white because I want to keep that a lot lighter. So I'm going to have that just a little bit a feel, a little bit shape like that. That's good. Just use the side of the brush. Yeah, like this. This is good. That's good. Here we go. I can light it up a bit too. And okay, move the color because we painted the lighter color later, so it actually have that water keep running down. That will be fine. Okay, this is good. Now the background, the foundation already set up. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to use just a little bit darker color. Just put a little bit more, those a little small movement. So the lighter color is actually facing to the sky, and the little bit darker color is actually away from the sky, which is the shadow of the wave. Right? So I'm going to take a look. Have a little bit lighter like that. That's good. You got to keep removing the wet. Use your hand so you can lift up, continue to lift up the color. Okay, that's good. I'm getting dry, so now that's probably good enough, but I can actually mix just a little bit blue, but don't have too much wet. Just take a little bit of the red and with a little blue. Okay, now I'm going to see if I'm just going to tap this color in. Oh, it's still a little bit too wet. Okay, let's see. And put that in over here. Oh, this is interesting. We're going to see how the effect will look like. We just add a little wet color to it. And here you go. Let's add a little color. Get a little bit texture. Okay, that's a little bit getting more dry on the top over here. Probably easier that way. All right, we're gonna keep it, let it dry before we go back over here to do the painting of the reflection. Okay. Now we change back to the calligraphy brush. Now I'm gonna painting some of the big area of the boat. So what I want to do, I want to paint the blue color first. I'm going to take the blue on the top over here. Now here you go. That's good. This is French ultramarine, the warm, the red shade blue color. Okay, here you go, like that. That's good. Put it on. That's good. The top over here, filled in a little bit of that color too. Okay, that's good. Don't put the shadow aside yet, because it's still wet. We want it a little bit more clear shape. So I'm going to mix these two blue color together. This is the green shade blue color. You may not want them to be that much, so I'm going to mix these two color together. I'm going to put a little bit blue color right here. Let's see, that's good, right here. Okay. And a few lines over here, there's the front. I could use the scratch, but I think I probably use the opaque, the paint, okay? Opaque paint just for that, so I don't need to worry about. So now, since I make up my mind, I'm just going to paint on top of this. That's good. I'm going to get the blue color right over here too. Let me see this, if this already dry. That's good. That's a little bucket right here. Okay, that's another bucket over here too. Okay. Yeah, now we combine the opaque and the transparent color. It actually gives us a lot more flexibility and simpler. And in the process, we don't need to worry about it. And this a little bit, the green shade blue color, the color look a bit different. Now this is good. Now we're going to add just, if something you want it to be a little bit more clear shade, so leave it alone, right? So I come to get a little bit tiny red color, but not really that bright. Just get a little bit yellow over here too. So there's a little bit orange in this color. Okay, this is good. So I'm just gonna put that on the top of the boat. Okay, right here. That's good. All right. That's good enough. And when I have a little bit tiny more red in the middle over here. That's good. And some other things, and like even some little bit green bucket, we're going to use the opaque pink. And also we're going to have a little bit red color for the flag. I'm going to have that little line coming up like this. That's good. Here you go. That's the flag. Okay, that's good. If we can leave it, we'll leave it. Okay, here you go. So leave that little line. That's good. All right, this is good. And also have a little red color in here too. Okay, that's good. But it's going to be darker, so I'm going to just add a little red color for now. And now on the body of the boat. Okay, that's good. Coming up over here. It's going to be darker, so just set a little red color before we start painting the darker tone. Now I'm going to mix that with a little blue color because this is not just red. It's a little bit darker than red, so it must have the blue color. Okay, that's good. Like that. Okay. That's good. Like that. All right. This is good. And getting there. Now I'm going to have also a little bit darker red color at the bottom over here. And I have a little darker red color over here too. Okay. This is good. Now we're going to have a little bit darker the blue color. I'm going to have this. And you may be thinking about when are we going to use the red shade blue color, when we're going to use the green shade blue color. And you're going to see the difference, the color temperature a little bit different between these two blue colors. So more you use it, you're going to have a better judgment on that. Okay, get a little bit red over here too. So I'm going to have this here. And first draw the line at the bottom. Like that. This is good. And over here, have a little bit shadow. That's fine. Get a little bit tiny more blue. And I want to use the dry brush. Okay. A little dry brush. So I'm going to have the tissues let go some of the water. So I'm going to see. Open up a little bit. Get a little bit more pink. Here you go. Like this. You see that? There's the dry brush. Okay. That looks kind of interesting. I'm going to have a couple of the texture. That's good. I'm going to have a couple line like that. This is good. Okay, really enjoyable. So I'm going to get a little bit tiny more blue. And here. And here you go. Let's get a little bit shadow. That's good. In the middle over here, we're going to have some dark color, which is we're going to come back a little bit later. That side a little bit darker. So this is good. And here we go. Like that. Have a little bit shadow. Okay, let's get a little gray color and also the darker color. And just get a little gray color, which is a little bit warm gray, just a little bit more brownish. So I have the three color together. If you want to be cooler, just a little bit more blue. And let's see. I'm going to have this. A little bit more. And a little bit more. Okay, this is good. Now we're going to have a little bit red on this side over here. It's good. Now we're going to have a little bit darker color. I'm going to mix the blue and the red. So any blue is okay. So these two colors together make a very, very deep tone. And that's good. That's the replacement of black. We don't use black paint. So here we go. Now I'm going to have this coming a little bit darker here. Okay, and then coming over here, put the dark color. Put the dark color over here too. This is good. A little bit dark color over here. And here we go. Now I'm going to have the dark color all the way coming over. That's good. Leave the top a little bit lighter. That's just fine. Like that. That's good. I'm going to have this also a little bit darker. Okay, here we go. And coming all the way on the top over here. And like that. You see how you use the brush. You just, sometimes you want to put it down and drag it over. Okay, here you go. There's a little bit warmer. Coming over here. And that's good. I'm going to have a little bit different color in the between over here. That's also the dark color. And all the way over here. That's good. Alright, like that. And the top over here have a little bit shape, a little bit darker shape. Have a couple lines like this over, and coming over here, and then we can put a little bit lighter color over there, a little bit later after. Okay, here we go. Now I'm gonna have this little big line for the shadow coming down here. And over here too, like that. That's good. Now I'm going to continue, get a little bit more blue, remix the color, make sure it's dark enough, right? So I'm going to have this coming back over here, see? Now it's the time to put a little bit darker color right here. Okay, here you go. Okay, that's good. And a couple shape coming down. And then I'm going to have this all the way. Let's see this stick, where it's going, all the way here. That's good. Like that. I'm going to have this coming down here, and another stick, and this is a few coming down more. That's good. This is on the other side, right? So I'm going to have a little bit tiny more red, and this looks like a little bit more warmer color. Like that, and coming all the way here, a little bit bigger, like that. This is good. Now, coming onto the side of the boat. That's good. We can keep that a little bit shape up for the edge. Right, I'm gonna get a little bit red, mix it into the blue again. And here you go. Now I'm gonna have this coming from here all the way, drag over. Like that, and it's coming up. That's good. And the bottom over here also a little bit darker, coming all the way over here. Just still see a little bit the red color. Okay, here you go. The bottom over here can be a little bit thicker, like see that. Okay, that's good. Like that. And then we're gonna come here to put a little bit stick up, like that. Little big stick up over here. And here you go. And then a little bit tip over there. Here you go. Continue. Let's have a little bit tiny more red. Okay, here you go. And then we're gonna come up a little bit a line, and there's the line over here all the way. This is good. Like that. Now you're getting better and better. Now I'm gonna take a look at the little gray color. So a little bit light gray color right over here. Just brush on it. That'll be fine. It's very simple, easy. And I'm going to have a few lines over here. I'm going to have a line coming down over here like that. That's just the there's the rope, I guess. That's over here. I'm gonna have also the rope over here, and do what you want. Okay, and that's just good. I'm gonna have a little stick over here. That's also a little bit bluish color, a little bit brownish color coming over here. That's pretty good. I'm gonna have that color over there too. Now the boat is getting very much there, but we're gonna use some opaque paint over here for some stick coming through. And now also gonna have this a little bit dimmer on the top over here. This is good, like that. All right, we're gonna come back to do the opaque paint in a bit. And before we walk away, we're gonna have a little bit more blue over here. Also a little bit more blue at the bottom over here. That's pretty good. All right, let's take a look. Before we start, I'm going to wet a little bit at the bottom. Just continue from this, the bottom of the dark color. Now, let's paint the big shape before we paint small shape, okay? First, we're going to take a look at what color is it. Obviously, it's just the blue, red, and yellow. And how much yellow? It's feel a little bit more green, so I'm going to take a little bit more yellow. So this is getting very close to the color, maybe a little bit tiny more blue, like that. This is good. I'm going to have a little bit blue right at the bottom because it's going to be darker. I'm going to use this color to have this color all the way connected right over there. This is good. I can have even darker. I'm going to just put the red over here and put the blue over here, and then make the color even darker, and like that. Okay, this is good. This is dark, and I'm going to now mix a little bit more of the green gray color. I'm going to start, yeah, mix the color together. You can see that. This is pretty good. Now we're looking for the shape. Okay, this is a little bit tiny more blue. That's good. And here we go. Now I'm going to take a look at the shape over here. That's a little bit interesting shape. And now there's the shape coming all the way here, like that. Okay, and then in a couple line. Here you go. That is the shape. This is look very interesting. This is connected together. Okay, that's good. Now like that. Okay, somewhere a little bit gap, somewhere closer. This is good, like this. And then we're going to have the bigger shape first, and before we're going out to make some smaller shape. So it's very important. You see this, right? The tip over here vertically and line up with that. Okay, here we go. And I'm gonna have a little bit more yellow. I'm gonna push that color. That's just good. That here a little bit darker. I'm gonna have that a little bit darker color. And some line a little bit thinner, some line a little bit thicker, some line more apart, some line a little bit closer, right? So this is good. And I have a little bit line coming over here like that. This is good. All right, let's continue and come back with a little bit more of the yellow, the more like a green gray color coming over here. Now important to line up with this. Okay, line up with that. Beautiful, like that vertically. Line up, and here you go. Now I'm gonna have a little bit more, use the yellow, and also have a little bit water, like that. That's good. And I guess it's too much yellow, so I need to have a little bit blue. That's good. That's the good color. Let's continue. This is good. Coming over here, and then looking at the big shape. That's the big shape. That big shape is reflected the color of the body of the boat. Okay, that's good. Have a little big thin line coming out, and like this. That's wonderful. Now I'm going to have a little bit tiny more water. Here we go, a little bit lighter from here. Now I'm going to put a little bit shape over here. I'm going to put a little shape coming over, and see some of the shape connected. Some of the shape is have some gap. Okay, see that there's a little gap over here. I'm going to coming over here like that. This is good. And take a look at in the middle, have a little light gap. And here you go. Look and analyze it. And before you continue, over here have another shape. And here you go, like that. And coming up. And something over here, I'm going to break the shape. Okay, have a little bit connected together. This is good. Now I'm going to coming back on this side. I'm going to have this little shape. And a little shape like that. That's good. And a little shape connected. That's good. I'm going to have that little big shape next to it. Have a little bit light. Okay, this is good. Now coming the middle over here. And so the dark color is just where the wave, the water surface actually reflected to the direction of the boat. And now I'm going to coming over here, and the light color is more reflected directly to the sky. So see the dark shape and the light shape together. And here you go. I'm going to continue moving that over, and that's good. I'm going to have a little bigger shape here like that, and coming like this, but it's not really that straight. It's some a little bit more connected, some a little bit more apart, but mostly the line is curving. And I'm going to add some by using the same logic, we can invent some of this shape. Okay, a little curve like that. Here you go, this way, and coming over here, and we're gonna come here. You can see that there's some we have some a little bit connected and some a little bit apart. Okay, here you go. I'm gonna have that a little bit coming here, have a little line over, and then we're gonna have just this, the reflection. We're gonna have that 1, 2 connect to the top over there. I'm gonna have a couple line, and coming line, a little line over here like that. That actually looks good. And the middle over here, because the water keep moving that way, so it's not going to be like just what a whole area to be vacant. So it's always the same kind of movement, some kind of rhythm in the ripple. Okay, so this is good. I'm going to have on this side, and take a look. I'm going to get the key line, and then get the other line next to it. That's the key line, and then moving that in over here, joining together, and then separate. Okay, like that, and that's good. I'm gonna have a little bit over here on this side, and we can have something like a circle, and that's good. I'm gonna have a little thin line. Okay, like this. Here we go. I think that's continuous coming down over here, and that's come to the top of the water, right? And that's the reflection. That's good. Okay. And I'm going to have those color continue coming down in the gap over here. Okay, here you go. Okay, here we go. Like this. Continue. So the color get a little bit lighter and lighter. Okay, too bright. Now over here. and like that, a little bit tiny more red, and a little bit more red, like that. That's good. And I can have also a little red over here. That's reflected. Okay, this is good. Now we're gonna have there is an interesting line in the middle over here and the top over here. We're gonna have that go all the way from here all the way over, and then coming here. That's just good. We're gonna have a little bit line, and then we're gonna have a little bit darker red at the bottom over here. Okay, get a little bit blue part of it. That's good, like that. And have this a little bit darker red, and here you go. That's good. And now I'm gonna get some opaque paint, and then the painting we're getting better. So by the way, over here I'm gonna have this line a little bit thinner. That's good. This from Meeden, burnt sienna. So I'm gonna add a little bit over here. That it will be very opaque paint. It's gouache. And now I'm gonna take a look. I'm gonna take a little bit white and maybe a little gray. I'm gonna have the little gray. This is good. I'm gonna have a little gray over here. Just take a look. Oh, this is good. This two color, it should be good enough for that. I'm gonna take this and this together. Now here you go. The gray also make it neutral and also lighter too. Okay, that's good. That's good. Now I'm gonna draw this line from here all the way onto here. I'm gonna take a look. And a little bit thicker. Got a little bit water. Okay, here you go. That's good. And from here all the way cross over and coming down all the way here. Like that. This is good. Gonna have a little big shape, little line from here coming down right over here. That's beautiful. And I'm gonna have another line from here all the way over. Okay, here you go, like that. That's good. And I do need a little bit white paint. Okay. Okay, that's pretty good. And just get a little bit more white. A little bit lighter. Here you go. And this a little bit lighter, coming all the way here. And that's good. There's a bucket over here. Have a little bit of light. And this shape, tiny more light. Okay. And this also a little bit lighter too. Like that. That's good. And we're also going to see a couple white bucket right over here. Can bring it over here and bring it over there. Another one. That's just good. And the top over there, now I can use the translucent watercolor. I have a little bit, to get a little bit yellow, a little bit for the flag over here. Now that's just the red fabric and maybe a little bit darker. So I tend to separate the opaque and translucent paint. Okay, you don't have to come together. Okay, and this is good. And also when I finish the painting, I will usually clean up the gouache paint from the palette. So next time when I paint, I always start from the full transparent. Okay, that's good. Like that. And see, we need a little green. So we're gonna have a little green bucket. Okay. Here we go, a little green. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna have the yellow mix into the green for the little yellow green. Yeah, make sure we close the cap. Okay, here you go. That's the bucket over here. I'm gonna put the green, just that. I'm gonna clean the brush. I'm gonna get the yellow from the translucent. Get a little bit yellow, and over here, and get a little bit white, and here you go. Now we have the little bit more lighter green, like right over there. That'll be fine. And also we're gonna have a little bit color over here too, if you want to make it a little bit more colorful. And also we can have a little bit red. Okay, actually it doesn't have to be red, just a little bit lighter. The burnt sienna, we can have a little bit shape right over here, a little bit light shape. That's good, like that. And also this side, I'm gonna come back over here. I'm gonna make this move some of the white shape on the side over here. That's good. And now this painting is finished. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share with your friends. Join us and become a member. I will see you in our next lesson.